Hello everybody, Tyrannical545 here. The golden weapons are without a doubt Ninjago's most iconic collectible items, of which there are many to choose from. They were the primary MacGuffins of the theme's first year, were able to turn into vehicles in the second, sure, why not, and have continued to contain plot relevance all the way up until the original run's end. How they were represented in the sets was always kind of a mixed bag. Some renditions looked awesome, perfectly matching their appearance in the show, and others were the crystallized nunchucks of lightning. Today I wanted to take all four of the weapons and either make them as accurate to the show as possible or just upgrade them in whatever way I can. Fair warning that a lot of illegal building techniques will soon be underway, so also definitely make sure you subscribe before they get me.
Yeah, but they got him.
What does that mean?
I liked him too.
Wait, what do you mean they got him? Ow! What the? These are broken!
The nunchucks of lightning have always been pretty notoriously inaccurate. The originals completely lacked the cool dragon head design, the legacy ones got closer but still had the hilts facing the wrong way, and the crystallized ones are obviously just a joke. And that's all not to mention the biggest issue being that they never made an attempt to give them the blue lightning chain, only ever using gold. It's weird because it's not like LEGO's unable to mold the classic chain piece in transparent colors. We've literally gotten that several times before in both sizes within the Ninjago theme. Regardless, upgrading that's going to be our primary goal here, along with having the chain come out of the proper side of the dragon heads. I'm going to start by drilling some small holes into the mouths of the hunted hilt pieces. I'm using this precision pin hand drill for it, which is incredibly helpful for LEGO customizing. It lets you get some crazy precise carvings on a really small scale. Not a sponsor, but I'll still drop an affiliate link down in the description. Once the holes are carved and I cleaned up the edges a bit with my Sword of Exact Zero, I'm going to toss on a quick coat of this gold acrylic paint. I'm going to be using this paint a lot throughout this video, so definitely get acquainted with it. Its name is Jeffrey. While that dries, I'm going to prep the chain. For that, I'm going to be using this long light blue one from the Monkey Kid Bone Demon set. Rest in peace, by the way. Hope it's at ease with its brothers and sisters. I'm going to be snipping off 5 links for mine, but if you're doing this mod at home, you can obviously make it as long or as short as you want. Once they're detached, it's just a simple case of clicking the links into the holes, and that'll be our nunchucks done. Quick shout out to a couple awesome people on TikTok who actually recreated this mod for themselves after seeing a re-upload of my original short some jackass put up without asking or crediting me. Love to see it. Fuck you, dude. Regardless, great job on the recreations, guys. Really appreciate it.
You want to talk secret powers? Check this out.
Next up, we've got the Scythe of Quacks. Wait a minute. You guys didn't see that. The Scythe of Quakes has definitely been the other most notoriously inaccurate weapon right alongside the nunchucks. The original version is undoubtedly iconic, but it's just made up of regular LEGO pieces and lacks all the cool detailing it has in the show. The Legacy one was a little better, but it was still missing the awesome dragon head at the top of the blade. Then Crystallized finally gave us that, but it came at the cost of having a really strange hilt design. It's like to have one good thing, you gotta sacrifice something else, which really is a microcosm for life when you think about it. Yeah, guys. Ninjago's deep. What's this channel even about? Anyway, to remedy that, I'm going to be taking some inspiration from the absolute legend Naglia Studios, who I might be a distant cousin of, I'm still trying to figure that one out, and cut the shaft off a Loki's staff piece to combine with the top of the crystallized scythe. Both of these pieces are made out of a slightly softer, more waxy style of plastic, so before I attach them, I'm going to sand down either side a bit to hopefully allow for the glue to grip a little better. While that's drying, I'm going to snip off half of a gold lightsaber hilt to match the bottom detailing of the scythe. Shout out to this guy and my #1 hater, Blaze Bionicle, for the suggestion. Then finally, we'll cap things off by bringing Jeffrey back out and throwing on another quick coat of gold, finishing off our scythe. Unlike the first two weapons, the Shurikens of Ice have actually received some pretty solid, unique molds throughout the theme's lifetime. One when Ninjago first launched, an updated one in 2015, then the crystallized one, which is kind of just an upscaled version of the original. Yeah, none of them are technically fully accurate to the show, because those ones have these dragon head details on each side of the hilt, but that would be pretty complicated to pull off in this scale, and I'm low-key a lazy f***, so I'm just gonna disregard that. There's been some other great renditions of these weapons in the community who do include that bit of detail if you're interested. Instead, I'm gonna go the route of making them look like elemental powered up versions of the Shurikens, which we've seen a few times in the show. To accomplish this, I'm going to take advantage of these awesome trans blue elemental Shuriken molds from the 2021 Epic Battle sets. The first step will be bringing back out our hand drill to carve out the centers of the Shurikens so they better match the originals. Gonna be honest, the biggest tip I had didn't really fully fit in the hole. Come on, man. So I had to do some additional carving with my Sword of Exact Zero to empty that area out best I could. Once it was looking not good, but good enough, I brought back out our MVP Jeffrey to paint up the center Shuriken sections. After building a few layers up, that was pretty much our Shurikens done. Definitely a bit of a rough end result, but I think it gets the vibe I was going for across about as good as it needs to.
You haven't even begun to tap into what powers your golden weapons hold.
And finally, we of course got the most iconic golden weapon of them all, Lloyd's double-bladed spinner staff thing. Not gonna sugarcoat it, the original Sword of Fire mold is perfect. Right up there on the list of objectively flawless things alongside the Hands of Time intro, Fujidove, and Stargard Studios. It's a perfect one-to-one recreation of the model from the show, and it's so good that LEGO themselves have never even tried to update it. What? No, get out of here. Due to this, I was initially a little lost on what I could do to upgrade it. After I made the previous Shurikens, though, it became pretty obvious that I could do something similar here to make the sword appear powered up. This will easily be our most involved mod yet, as we're going to be blending together the original sword piece with the effect part from the Epic Battles mold. I started by cutting that effect part off, and from here, this step was definitely very trust the process. It's kind of just a case of slicing divots into the back of the effect and slowly shaving more and more bits of plastic off to get it to match the back dealing of the original mold best I can. Once that was done and I glued them together, I was left with some slight gaps between the two pieces. I ended up just leaving them, but a couple people suggested just going back in with a bit of sculpting putty and filling them up, so I may make that modification in the future. Otherwise, we just gotta fix up the colors. I started by calling upon Jeffrey one final time for the main sword. What an MVP. I want nothing but Jeffrey love in the comments. Then for the effect part, since it's transparent, this white residue from the glue is a bit more visible. A few people also suggested just using some WD-40 to scrub it away. This is definitely a route you can take if you want a cleaner look between the two parts. I, however, wanted to try my hand at painting a sort of gradient to both blend the two colors together and sort of simulate the color layering of an actual flame. I started with a base dry brush layer of orange before topping it off with an even thinner layer of yellow. And with that, our fourth and final weapon is complete, rounding out the set. Overall, I'm extremely happy of how these 4 mods turned out, and I'm really glad I've got them to complement my 50th anniversary figures. I wanted to give a huge thanks to everybody who was tracking my progress as I made these and offering suggestions in the comments. This was a really fun collaborative process, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who hopped on the channel through this project. Y'all rock, expect many more Ninjago accuracy mods in the future. But otherwise, we're pretty much done here. Thanks for watching, subscribe and follow the socials for more LEGO and Bionicle content, and have a wonderful rest of your day. No, anyway, I'm gonna go delete this incriminating LEGO footage from my hard drive before they show up.
Oh, fuck!